Hey, that's one up. I have a podcast. I've had it for almost 3 years. It's called Beauty in the Biz, and you can find it at catherinemaley.com/podcast. And I've interviewed quite a few surgeons on it, Dr. Ward, and quite a few of the membership here. So if any of you are doctors and you want to be on it, it's very fun. It's easygoing. We don't have to follow any medical rules. We just chat, so it's nice. All right. So what happened was I looked at, for my 100th anniversary episode, I looked at all of the interviews I had done with the surgeons, and I said, okay, what made these, like the top surgeons, what made them top? And I came up with 8 traits. So I'm just saying, if you want to be one of the best, this is what they're doing. The first one was a growth mindset. They think abundantly, not by lack. It's not about, I don't have enough money. It's about, how do we make more money? It's a distinction that's a big deal. They also adapt to change very well. When COVID happened, actually, that helped me a lot because now everyone was sitting still at home for 3 months, so I got to interview quite a few of them. But they stayed busy. They had their staff busy, continually growing, doing things that they didn't normally have time to do, and they created their own future. They don't wait for this all to happen. They don't care what's happening out there. They have a vision, and they go for it. And quite a few of them are very, very competitive. I will say that. Number 2, they treat their staff as an asset rather than a liability. This is a really important point because a lot of you just look at all those costs that the staff are costing you. But if you saw my last talk, if you turn them into revenue generators, they're an asset for you, and I would look at them accordingly. Also, you can never do this alone, and every one of the top guys had that right-hand person. And that was really important. A lot of you don't want to spend the money on having some kind of COO or operations manager or some kind of a manager. That position can give you the most peace of mind you'll ever have because you can concentrate on surgery and be the vision, and she or he can deal with all the crapola that happens all day in a practice, especially with staff. So just a thought. They also really appreciated their staff. They took great care of them. They did pay them 50% raise with Dr. Spiegel. Wow, that was great. I'm sure it was out of necessity, but if you have to do that at the moment, you do. But normally staff, they do not leave you because of price. They normally leave you because they felt used and abused and they didn't feel appreciated or acknowledged. And it takes so little to do that. And then you've got to have fun. In today's world, these younger people, just saying, they seem to need to have a lot of fun. And I didn't come from that world. I came from the world where we work. But no. So please, if you have to, do a taco truck when they hit their goals. Have the bagel breakfast thing. All go out. I don't know if you should be going out for drinks. And I don't know if that's even PC anymore. But do try to have some fun when you can. They also meet regularly. And I know Dr. Spiegel doesn't attend his own meetings, and I get that, but I'll tell you, the top guys, they actually show up at the meetings. Maybe not for the whole one, but for the first 5 minutes, the rah-rah part, where they're the visionary and the leader, they constantly say, here's where we're going, team. Here's what I value. Here's what we mean to the community. And then the rest can be done by the staff and the managers. And they meet regularly, as in like once a week, and then quarterly they have a big meeting, and they might even have an off-site one-day office, like a whole annual meeting. But they are meeting regularly, and it helps communication a lot. Now, a typical meeting, if you just want to have a typical, normal, weekly stand-up meeting, no big deal. You just celebrate your wins, go over something that happened that was really a good thing, because everything's always so negative. So do something that was positive, and then review your key numbers. What's working? First, talk about what's working. Let's be positive. Then we say, okay, what's not working? But the staff's not allowed to come to you with a problem without a solution, because you're not there to solve all the problems. The staff is supposed to help with that. And then brainstorm growth ideas, and then recap to-do lists, which is who's going to do it and when are they going to get it done. Okay, number 4, they spend money to make money, and they're frugal with their time, not their money. I cannot tell you how many. Well, and we all did it. When you're brand new at business, don't you do everything? You answer the phone, you do the accounting, you do everything. But if you want to go up the level, you really do save money by outsourcing. You do not need to be doing everything on this. The practices where the surgeon's still doing his own coding or his own WordPress site, that's not where your time is better spent. Also, staff and advertising are an investment and not an overhead. In today's world, I don't know how you're going to get around not advertising. You've got to, and that means your website design, your SEO, and advertising in general. It's very difficult to do it organically in today's world. Number 5, they give back. And this was very interesting. Every single one of them had a philanthropic angle to their practice. And you're doing this for all sorts of reasons, but one of them is the staff. Why are we doing this? Because the staff's not getting rich, you're making a living, but why else are we doing this? And especially today's world, everything is a big, have you ever noticed that if you buy something now and everything's got a mission behind it? You buy shoes and they give shoes to the homeless, and all of that is going on, and that's fine, but still you do it too. But here's what I recommend doing. Turn it into a local philanthropic endeavor. I would just keep it very local. Things like dogs and kids. Helping dogs and kids is a really good one. I know a lot of facial guys help the domestic violence. The problem with that is it's so darn violent and negative. I struggle with that one. And then what do? You have a dinner and you bring on the woman who was throwing acid on her face. I don't know. I would just go with dogs and kids. People love it. But look what happens. It's also a great PR opportunity for you, as well as social content. Everyone's just figuring out, what do I do with social content? Well, these people, this was just an easy thing that they did. This office, for one day, they did fillers, they did injectables. That day's revenues went to their local Alzheimer's program, and they got local press from it. And see how it was all team building? They'll talk about that forever. The team feels really bonded after doing that. Number 6, they think patients for life. The groups who have a tendency to think one and done, I think, are going to be extinct pretty soon, because it's hard to live off of one and done unless you have an incredibly large advertising budget, So it's easier and it's cheaper to retain those patients. It's so much easier to get one patient to become 10 times value for you when you encourage them to refer, review, give you their photos, give you a testimonial, right? And then their patients, you treat them as, I used to say, friends and family, only because that's how we say it, like friends and family. They shouldn't be your best friends, but they should definitely be close friends that you can count on to help you grow your practice. Wow patient experience. In today's world, they just can't have an okay experience or a good experience. You need them to have a wow experience so they brag about you online and offline. Number 7, they learn new skills. The doctors often, I'm so surprised how many of you doctors, I'm a marketing and business consultant. That's what I do for a living. Half of you know almost what I know, and I study this night and day, and you're also surgeons. So kudos to you. I don't know how, but the big guys, a lot of them know this stuff very, very well. So their earners are learners. I'm sure you've heard of that. And readers are leaders. In some organizations, the practices, they have a book club, a book of the month, and the doctor, like that traction book. It's a very simple book, easy to read. You would have my book. They use mine all the time too. Everyone reads the book, and then you have a meeting, and everyone takes a chapter of the book. It's very simple and very good team building. So learning, for example, have all of you heard of Canva.com? The greatest thing that ever happened to our world. I don't know about you guys, but I have a guy on my payroll, and I was giving him $100 an hour for what the heck, but he's good, but not that good. So now we have other people now that can do Canva. It does all your graphic designs. It's amazing. And it's not just that you can design yourself now. It's not as good as a real graphic designer, but good enough for social media. But it's also the time. You don't have to wait for somebody to go do it. You give it, revise it, you bring it back, go back and forth. You can just learn Canva yourself. So somebody could be learning Canva.com. They could learn how to do design emails themselves using Constant Contact or MailChimp. Learn how to do ads. I got to tell you, I think you have to learn how to do these social media ads, and it comes and goes and it changes constantly. Video editing, huge for social media. Like Dr. Picho, she happens to know how to do video editing herself. But if you don't, you could easily learn or teach your staff to. Social media posting, learn Excel spreadsheets. I think nowadays you've got to be able to slice and dice your patient list, because we're all about, I just want to hear the message that I want to hear. So you wouldn't have a promotion for everybody. You would have a special promotion for women over 50, or lips for, kissable lips at 25. And then set up a photo room. There's so many things you could do. Now, you're going to say, but how am I supposed to learn how to do all of this? And what's the answer? You Google it. Like that. Have you ever Googled something and not found the answer? No, it's not possible. And I say to my staff, you are not allowed to ask me a question until you have Googled it. That's all there is to it. I'm not going to hear it anymore because why? That's what I did. I Googled it, you do too. And YouTube, just the other day, we were having a big discussion about LinkedIn ads and everyone was giving me a hard time about it. I said, oh, for God's sakes, I'll do it myself. And in 30 minutes, which I shouldn't do, but that's the leader I am. So in 30 minutes, I went to YouTube. I watched this great guy's video on LinkedIn ads, and I had my ad up and running within an hour. Huh? Okay, and number 8, they go above and beyond. So what you want to do is be extraordinary. Everybody can do the ordinary. You want to do the extraordinary. So with that is a saying from Aristotle. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. Okay, thanks so much. Check out my podcast. If you want to be on it, let me know. And I'll see you next year.